Mr. Secretary, it's great to see you tonight. So you look at the investment in the United States, you look at our energy exploration, the GDP, the job growth, one of the biggest IPOs in history. But the left, it seems to be invested in one thing: doom and gloom.
Completely, Laura. You know, I'm here in Texas, which is just booming. It's a role model for the rest of America. And I was at the Reagan Library in California, which is a role model in how to tank one of the greatest places in the United States. So Texas now has more Fortune 500 companies. It's part of the energy dominance. As you said, the U.S. now is an energy superpower. We've surpassed Saudi Arabia and Russia. Down here in Texas, Wall Street, a lot of people didn't like what was going on in New York. Capital comes where it's treated well, and they've got Wall Street, and businesses are booming here. I mean, these are really Americans.
Oh, California is just bleeding Fortune 500 companies, executives, job creators. They're going to states that are more hospitable. At the same time, Mr. Secretary, inflation and the cost of living is weighing on Americans. What can you tell the American people tonight about the light that is there at the end of the tunnel for them on the cost of everyday living?
Yeah, so, Laura, we understand this is a challenging time, and President and the cabinet was with him. We believe that he had to take this opportunity to keep Iran from having a nuclear weapon. We will see, maybe as soon as this weekend or Monday, we will get on the other side of this. Energy prices will come back down. The energy markets are very well supplied. Oil is already about 25 or 30% off the top. Gasoline has come down more than 10%. So I am very confident that the challenging time with gasoline will pass by. Core inflation, which is real underlying inflation, surprised on the downside. It was only 0.2%. So again, once we get on the other side of this energy pinch, and as you said, Laura, the important thing is that underneath all that, the economy is doing very well. We created 900,000 private sector jobs since President Trump came to office. Those aren't government jobs. These are good-paying private sector jobs. We're having a manufacturing rebirth because of a combination of the tariffs and our tax policy. And you know, this was an incredible. I was acting IRS commissioner. This was an incredible filing season. Refunds were up 11%. The average refund was $3,300, and the working families tax cut, you know, that the 96% of the filers for one of the president's four signature policies: no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, lower taxes for our great seniors and Social Security, and deductibility of interest on auto cars, on American-made cars. The 44% of Americans took one of those. So my message is the underlying fundamentals are excellent, and we will be on the other side of this soon.
So the cost of energy, driven largely by the war with Iran, the conflict as it's emerged, once that is resolved, how quickly do you think that will trickle down to the cost of groceries, car repairs, all the things that have remained stubbornly high over these last especially few months?
Well, what we've seen is because of the headline inflation, we had real wage increases every month under President Trump except for April. But because of the spike in energy prices, April wiped out a lot of that. So you know, when the energy comes back down, then I think we will be back to real wage growth. And the food, actually, since President Trump came back in, what's called food at home is up 2.5%. So, and you know, much of that is transportation costs. There's some very idiosyncratic things like beef and tomatoes, but you know, other things in the basket are down. And the important thing is that we are creating jobs. The past 3 months in terms of jobs have just been a blowout. You know, 170, 180,000 jobs a month, well over the estimates. And someone said to me, after the jobs number came out, because there was a big pickup in the catering, hospitality, restaurant services. They said, well, that's the World Cup. And I said, great, it's the World Cup. Thank you, President Trump, for bringing the World Cup here. I had the CEO of American Airlines in, and he said that business and recreational travel is doing great, and they're seeing a huge boost from the World Cup. So thank you, President Trump, for the World Cup. We're going to have the 200. We're going to have the 250th. Then we'll go to the Olympics.
Yeah, I think once this conflict is settled, I mean, we're on the sky's the limit analogy with Elon today and SpaceX. To me, you get this thing settled the right way, sky's the limit for the U.S. economy. Everybody wants to be here. Mr. Secretary, we really appreciate you joining us on a Friday night.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube, and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.